Hello there everyone, this is Mark 3 and welcome to something shiny and new. Welcome to the Riftbreaker, a game that at the time I'm planning to put this video out literally came out yesterday. It's been on my radar for quite a while because it's got a bunch of hallmarks for a game that is right up my alley, namely it's a futuristic, sci-fi setting, it's got big stompy robots, it's got combat, it's got guns, it's got aliens, it's got survival, it's got base building, exploration, resource harvesting and management, and there's many elements here. Oh yeah, there's also bad weather, I nearly forgot to mention that one, but that is a thing. This game has bad weather in it as well. So many games forget to do that, or they just go, ooh, let's just slap in rain and some flashing lights and call it a day. No, this one's got some genuinely variable and genuinely dangerous weather sometimes. Like a tornado tearing through your base, or meteor showers, or a lightning storm. Yes, there's a few varieties of things. Anyway, Riftbreaker. We play the part of a scientist explorer, who is this lady in the front here, in her 5-foot-tall mech combat suit, which has an AI control system in it, which is this thing back here, and they are basically being sent via a very costly quantum teleport process to explore different worlds in the far-flung solar system. So, very far away from home, exploration, see what's out there, that kind of thing. Now I must admit, I wasn't sure for a long time if I was going to actually do anything with this game content-wise. Either that or I was hoping I'd have just a newer computer by the time this came out. Unfortunately that hasn't happened. But after testing and poking with the new release builds, it seems stable enough that I can, for the most part, play it alright, except for like excessive loading time. But hey, that's my system being my system. The potato must rule, and all that. And it does lose some FPS during intense combat, but that's just because of the sheer amount of explosive nonsense going on screen. So it's understandable that things start to tank a bit in that situation. More importantly, it can get through that and recover. So, you know. There will be some slideshowing a bit sometimes, I apologise, but that is the price we pay for what passes as my computer. So, moving on. I could just jump straight into a new campaign. I've not looked at the campaign at all, but for the purpose of this video series, we are going to revisit the demo level, the prologue, because that does contain a little bit of the lore info, and I also kinda need a bit of a refresher. I mean, I'd left the demo alone for quite a while, so I've not touched this game in a bit, besides like a quick testing session before we started this, so here we go. Planet Galatea 37. I wasn't quite fast enough reading that. Look, that's a pretty yellow ladybug. And then flashy lights. Interesting things happen.
Riftbreaker Ashley reporting successful jump procedure.
Roger that. Begin field-based setup.
So this is good. Does a good job showing you some of the basics that are going on here. So your armoured walker pops little cube babies out. There we go. And these things act to shape and create your base structures. So that's the construction system in play there.
Houston, I've spotted something near the LZ. It's closing in.
Riftbreaker. And there we go. Fun little thing though. I did a benchmarking test in the initial game, and that actually counted towards my alien kill counts for some reason. So hopefully that should fix that. but I think the benchmarking test is genuinely running the game in the background, and that's why it counts towards Steam achievements. I picked up like a free 5,000 odd alien kills just in seeing how well my system coped with this game. So, oh, little tidbit there. I just thought might be fun to introduce. Yeah, look at the background though. This game is very vibrant in its approach to portraying alien worlds, alien flora, alien fauna, and yeah, there is some colourful things, but there's a lot of it that's semi-believable as well. So it's a very interesting rendition, even before you get to the foul Xenos monstrosities trying to munch your face off. And yes, I am babbling a little bit, but that's because, as I said, long loading times. I'll probably be cutting those out better as we go. Oh, in we come.
Rift jump successful.
Sensors online, weapons activated. We're ready to go.
Riftbreaker Novak, please report.
Houston, this is Ashley. Reporting rift jump successful.
Roger that. Begin field-based setup.
Ashley, construct a headquarters building to secure our presence here. It will allow me to reconstruct if my armor is destroyed. We've located a carbonium deposit.
Okay, move on to the deposit and start drilling. We don't have enough carbonium to build an HQ. Let's scout for a deposit and set up our base close to it. We need to move quick. It's probably a matter of time before the natives spot us.
Okay, I've got to admit, when I was playing the demo,
gathered enough resources to construct a headquarters building.
Finally. Let's place it close to a carbonium deposit. This will help us speed up resource production.
yeah, what I was going to admit is, when I was playing through this game with just the demo available, this...
HQ construction in progress. Sometimes I wish we could fast forward this part of the simulation.
Captain Novak, let me remind you that even though this is a simulated training exercise, you are expected to perform as if it was your real mission on Galatea 37.
We need to expand the base. Let's build a carbonium factory to do the digging for us.
Yes, we've got much more interesting things to do. Let's automate this.
I was going to say, this particular mission progresses as fast as you do the objectives, so in the interest of time, I will be trying to get through the objectives at a decent pace here. Mainly so we can get onto the good stuff, the campaign, new toys, that kind of thing. Because that's what I want to do. So apologies if I'm running around a bit quickly in the background. As I said, I have done this demo level before.
Our base will require huge amounts of power to operate. Right now, we can only construct some basic power plants. Wind turbines and carbonium power plants.
Wind turbines are less effective, but they work around the clock. Carbonium power plants are very effective, but they use up the deposits that they are placed on.
In the beginning, it's best to use a combination of these power sources. We can balance energy peaks and shortages by storing excess energy in energy storages. Also, remember to connect all buildings to the power grid using energy connectors. They connect all buildings within their area of operation, even if power lines are not visible. Ashley, I'm detecting a lot of movement to the west. We should build up a defensive perimeter around the base.
Let's set up some walls and sentinel towers. Focus our defenses on the western direction. They never changed the beginning of this exercise.
Captain Novak, we all know your renowned scientific background, but your combat performance in the previous simulation was far from spectacular.
Slaughtering indigenous creatures was never my area of expertise.
Since you've already done this a couple of times, we've introduced some new additions to this course. We'll see what your area of expertise really is.
Right, so that tells you a bit of the story of this. This is a simulation being run before the actual deployment of the mission. And this is testing for candidates that they are considering sending off on this mission. So I'm basically showing that I've got the right stuff to be sent out and explore the brave new worlds. And sure, there's some rote and repetition, and as you heard there, the character playing is a little bit bored by some of that. But that's just how it is, unfortunately. See, I think I need... Yeah, I need more power because of what I've just done, so let's go ahead. But you can see where there's some like factory elements in this game as well, can't you? I am expanding, I am building, I am doing the stuff. But I do kind of need to... this looks like a good spot. Oh, there's a boss monster down there, apparently. So yeah, there's a couple of random boss monsters which are really tough, big, nasty beasties. You can gun them down, but I'm not going to go out of my way to try and hunt all of them because, well, as I said, we're just going to try and get through the objectives at a decent pace here for this particular first episode. And with that in mind, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to continue along and get to another nearby deposit of carbonium, which is this one, and use another of my abilities. And yeah, you've seen me use this a couple of times, but I have an ability called a Advanced Pulse. Here it is, hotkey number 5. And it reveals part of the map around me on a cooldown. So that's an advanced piece of kit. You don't actually start with that usually, but it is useful for getting a lay of the land kind of thing and finding nearby enemies, deposits, so on and so forth. There we go. Another ability is, of course, got that jet-assisted sprint just there.
Base is under attack.
Oops. I left someone alive. Take that. But I'm also like severely taxing my power supply. That's why I kind of wanted to get my supplies going a bit better. And yeah, because wind power is variable in this, I really should get some power storage as well, just to help out with that. And yes, I know, I'm building a big blocky base. I'm fine with that. It's just how grid-based game goes sometimes. You get a blocky base out of it. But as you can see, I am getting my resource stuff at the top there going quite nicely. In the very least, as far as getting... Oops, that's out of place slightly. Let's withdraw that one. At least in the lines of getting a base rolling. So, we've got a very solid supply coming in of basic materials. I am going to go ahead and say that I will install some defences now. And we've of course got this little choke point here. There's also more natural choke points up there. There's relatively defensible down here as well. So there's some options here. They have shuffled the map slightly since when it first came out. See now, I'm going to install a gateway here. This is something that I didn't think of or realise for a long time, and that is, this is actually like a little stepped platform kind of thing, which lets you step up and actually fire weapons over the walls. So very useful. And then of course we've got the automatic turrets as well, which there's not much at the moment, but that you will get more varieties of as you go deeper into the game and research stuff. So yes, there's another element here.
I don't have enough AI cores to support any more defensive towers. You will need to construct additional AI hubs to expand our defenses. Remember to build more power plants before you do that. AI hubs consume a lot of energy.
Yeah, that's an element I forgot to mention. This game has research. Lovely, lovely research. Build that there. I'll also include a rift
Carbonium
portal,
storage is full. We should construct more storage buildings.
which is my in-map teleport function. It lets me teleport to it, which is quite nice. Ooh, my carbonium is full. Joy, oh joy. I've got a decent defensive thing going up there. Okay, let's move on. AI hub. These provide extra AI cores, which is top right here. That dictates my total number of defensive structures that I can put down. Unfortunately, it requires ironium. Well, actually steel, sorry. It's ironium is the actual ore, but steel is what the in-game calls it half the time. And yeah, as you whack plants, you get biomass mostly, but you get random resources as well, so it's a good idea. You also get sometimes samples and random doodads, so, you know, murder nature. Always a good plan. I'll take it about as far as here. With my defense, I'm thinking like... yeah. Added a way through it. And of course, increase the thickness as well. I can't build you because ironium. Okay, right, I'm going to skip ahead slightly. Not in the terms of the video. I'm going to skip ahead in terms of objectives because I want ironium. And this particular map, I remember, directs you to go to get some ironium, and it should be in this direction. And it's far enough away to warrant like a separate base kind of approach. It should be around here somewhere. And yeah, look, bigger creatures, nastier creatures. Let's use my guns. There we go. And yeah, 2 arm slots. If you look bottom left, I can have actually 3 different things equipped for them. We start with 5 in this mission. I don't know how that's going to play in the campaign, but there is some RNG in the item crafting as well, so... have I got too far to the... ah, I've missed the deposit slightly. Okay, it's over here. Hi guys! I want to take all your stuff. And it's just giving me the objective because I've found an ironium vein to exploit. There we go. So, let's go ahead and set this up. The objective, as I recall, requires carbonium deposit as a power source, so I'll put one down. This extracts the same base material as we use for our construction. It's just that instead it burns it as a power source. So, let's just use this as our power supply up here. Then I need to dig the ironium using these things, which are the iron in factory. Produces ironium, must be placed on ore deposits, so yep. But this is also the source of my more militaristic structures and things, so it is very important to get it. I should also note I don't really plan to be back up here for a while, but I will include that. I'll include the necessary power to ease the strain on the carbonium. I will include things like batteries and some wind turbines and things. Just taking up available space around the place for additional support structures and things. And that includes, of course, laying down defences. So, you know, I'll lay these this way around this time. There we go. And yeah, I apologise. I am just in the habit of building like thick walls. I'll always build at least a 2 thick, but I'll generally go with like 3, 4. I think 4 is actually my standard.
These basic defenses should give us a bit of security, but we should try to surround our entire base with walls and defensive towers.
I'll include 2 AI cores locally, which each supports 4. Actually, no, let's include another one. And then I'll mount these turrets on the access points for this particular base. So, 6 that way. And I'll be 6 this way as well. I know I'm investing resources, but it's like, I want to make sure this place is protected.
detecting a large group of creatures heading towards our position. Prepare to fight.
We're ready for them, Mr. Riggs. Remember to use repair kits if necessary.
Base is under attack.
We're not ready, but our first attack is happening down there. I'm just prettying up this place really quickly on the fly. And then I'm going to go ahead and teleport to that place near what I said, and...
I'm not detecting any more hostile creatures in the base's vicinity.
It's all fine, except for the fact some walls are
Well
burning.
done, Captain Novak. The purpose of this training exercise is to prepare you for intense combat situations. This simulation is based on our long-distance scans of Galatea 37. They may or may not be accurate. You will be alone out there. There will be no communication back home until you can stabilize a rift portal back to Earth. You will have to rely only on your skills and your mecha suit.
Mr. Riggs is the only companion that I need. We can handle the unknown. Just let us do our job.
Build more storage facilities.
Okay, moving on. As you heard it yelling at me, I don't have enough storage, so production is idling.
Carbonium storage is full.
Ashley, we should further secure and expand our base. You can build more defenses, or go out and clear out hostile creatures' nests to prevent further attacks.
We didn't have any time to study the creatures that are attacking us. The only thing we can do right now is to fight them or strengthen our defenses. We'll need a steel factory to build more towers. We'll have to find an ore deposit to build one.
And that was the objective coming up to do the Ironium, which we've already wandered over and exploited, so it should be fine. Hello. I'm interested in this real estate, oh mighty aliens. I've come here to peruse your wares and take your ores and all that stuff because I'm a grubby little human, it's what I do. There we go. And I think this will be my southern defensive line. Let's just lay this in this way. Not too bad. Not too bad. Actually, come to think of it, I don't actually know why we're going exploring, except... Well, I know this lady's here for scientific discovery, woo. But I don't know what humanity as a whole is doing. Well, it's actually, to be fair, it's quite likely to be resource exploitation and stuff. So, you know, you do you, humanity. Always be relied on to be self-interested. There's some more storage. And I'll continue to work on this in a bit. I will now go back over here.
This looks like a large deposit of ore. Build a steel factory in this area and power it with a carbonium power plant.
Already done.
Okay, Mr. Riggs, we've got steel production up and running.
Ashley, I would strongly advise you to place a rift portal near this factory. This way we can quickly get back to this location if it comes under threat. It would also be advised to place additional sentinel towers to defend this outpost. Remember to connect the towers to the power grid using energy connectors.
Sentinel towers are ready. They should be able to fend off small groups of attackers.
There we go. I forgot to mention, because I was doing it in the middle of an attack, so I wanted to get back to main base, even though I didn't catch the attack in question that was happening there. One of the quick beauty options this game has is just laying out metal plates on the floor.
Select any of the available rift portals to instantly
you can see I
teleport
did
to
that all over the place
location.
here.
Traveling through rifts is almost instant and doesn't consume any resources.
I took over this land, I'm claiming it as my own, I'm placing metal plates on it. It's not just for appearance, that you can get other kinds of floors you can get deeper, but this thing does actually give me a...
hostile creatures heading towards our new mining outpost.
They're not going to give us a break, are they?
It gives us a movement speed boost as well to have these floors down. So there is a tangible benefit to it, not just like changing the appearance of the land. Come on.
But I'm sensing another attack heading towards our headquarters. We should return there quickly.
The HQ has a permanent rift portal. We can rift jump to its location at any moment. Let's go.
Ta-da! Teleportation. But yeah, you can see what I mean about I'm slightly ahead of the curve in terms of the objectives and things going on. I need a level 2 headquarters, so let's see.
Warning, a new group of hostile creatures is coming from a nearby nest.
Okay, so that's triggered something new. I don't have any defenses up in this direction though.
Base is under attack.
That's where the wall turrets are, so I don't mind. That was actually an extremely minor attack. Yep. Come on, stay outside the fences, thank you. Xenos must stay outside the fence where they belong. This attack is actually surviving a bit better. Yep, that's a bit better. Let's get my flamethrower out. Yeah. Take that.
Air humidity is rising. It's going to rain in a moment.
Some attention. Oh well, the attention is now no longer paying attention. That's gone.
It's raining. It will decrease the output from solar panels until it stops.
So yeah,
Carbonium storage is full. We should construct more storage buildings.
as you can see, we're getting some levels of things. Also, I should not be in the construction menu when I am just running around. Let's scan this area. Alright. So, let's go back to Wally. And nice and solid. Let's wall around
Steel
here.
storage is full. Build more storage facilities.
You see what I mean? It's ironic, but it just literally called it steel storage. So there's not much you can do about that, really. It's just going to do that as a thing. Let's continue. Wall across here. Get some moves through. Jolly good. We got some decent defenses going up. Also objective, destroy the nest. Okay, right. I should stop faffing around actually being careful and laying out defenses like a good, sane person would. And actually go out and get the objective done. So, I'll just finish up with the walls over here, at least as far as getting this much of it online. How are we doing for air cores? We've got 8 air cores. That's okay. Just sell you.
The rain is over. Base operations return.
Oh, good. The headquarters done. Let's actually put this down. And let's go ahead and do the thing. Let's go after the base. There are multiple bases near here. And they locally spawn different effects like extra attacks, or there are a few other things I believe, but I'm not entirely sure about what they are. Get my sword out.
This looks like a hive of some sort. Let's look inside to see if it's occupied.
Easy peas. Get their attention. And just back the hell up because I don't like those guys very much. Though I also know that there are some, on higher difficulties there are different colours, different strains, some more powerful than others, so,
Warning.
you know.
Hostile creatures are coming from a nearby nest. You should go there and clear it out. We've cleared out this nest. This will decrease the strength of their attacks.
See, so one
Let's
thing you want to
gather
do is
all
make the
research
base safe.
samples and rare resources that were in this nest. We can study them later and use them to craft better equipment.
Oh, I should have finished this side, didn't I? Yeah, well, let's not worry about that, of course. I mean, I got distracted, as I tend to do sometimes. Just patch it all up and go ahead, and let's do the other objective, which is the nest to the north. Though, have we actually completed the thing? Not yet, it's still under construction. Alright. Moving north. Oh, hello.
What's this?
I'm
This
new you.
shouldn't be here. It's an error in the simulation's construct. This environment has been created by combining long-distance quantum scans of Galatea 37 and other known planets that share similar properties. Gathering all of this data has taken many years, and we were only able to scan a small fraction of the planet.
It's enough to know that we can survive there. I can't wait to make the jump. Everything is going to be new there and waiting to be studied and explored.
And waiting to eat us.
Let's not get dramatic, Mr. Riggs. A 5 meters tall mech suit with miniguns and power blades should be enough to fend off a few hungry creatures.
Ashley, I strongly advise you to construct an armory. It will allow us to craft new weapons and upgrades, and also manufacture field repair kits, as well as other usable items.
And it will produce more ammunition for your guns. Yes, that is an important building.
Armory construction finished. We can now use it to craft new items. It will also automatically manufacture ammunition for my weapons.
There's more than a single species of creatures around this nest. We should be careful.
For storage facilities.
Well, harvest the Xenos. So yeah, nests are very useful to take out. It makes your base a lot safer. Also, yeah, I am suffering from a low ammo production and lowish ammo storage. That's something the research can fix for me. But I do actually already have the objective for an armory. I built that quite a while back, so that's why it said, you know what, object construction complete. Go and have a cookie. Well, it didn't say that, but basically did. Also, the mech does start with a very strong energy blaster on the left arm as well, as default for this mission. So this mission was also meant to like
the nest. Even though there were multiple species of creatures around here, they appeared as if all of them were working together against us.
I wonder if that's just a part of the simulation, or if the Galatean creatures are really going to be that smart. That would make studying them much more interesting.
And much more dangerous. Threat neutralized. I've detected an unusually large creature roaming the nearby area.
Sounds like an interesting research specimen. We should go to its location and see what we can learn. It looks like we've cleared them out. Let's hope this will give us some time to build up our base.
There we go, and while they were talking, I defeated a boss monster, which is always up in this corner of this map, and it's guarding a single decent deposit in a lava zone of sorts. So, you know.
I'm detecting a huge swarm of enemy creatures heading towards our base. It's showing up on my seismic detectors. It's much bigger than anything we've seen before.
We don't have much time.
Whoops.
We have to set up as many defensive towers as we can. Also remember to build up more walls and lay all the mines that we can.
Okay, so apparently I wasn't doing research because I completely forgot to power the thing. What can I say? I wasn't quite paying attention. But yeah, okay, research tree. They've really done something with this. Army level 2. More weaponry. So yeah, this is greatly restructured and a lot more obvious about what needs what compared to how it used to be. There's no aliens to research because this is just a simulation. Let's get some toys, I suppose. Ammo storage I think would be a good one, just because it lets me hold more ammunition reserves available. That would be pretty good. And then I think my next one will be a repair, and then we probably won't be able to get to do more than that. So yeah, ammo storage, and then that should be about it. Actually, now we know there's an attack coming in 5 minutes, so we need to be ready for that. And the only way we can be ready is by expanding our operations. But hey, that's what we're sitting on a load of resources for. I've literally not been spending my resources. This is probably really bad play, to be honest. If you're looking for expert play, you've got the wrong guy. Yeah. I know what I'm doing, but I'm not a top-level player. And I never claim to be. I never claim to be. Okay, so now let's get some more resource storage. A bit more power just whacked in on the side here would be good. But I'm also trying to get lots of AI cores and things. But really, this is, as I said, this mission has a bit of everything. It was meant to show off this game back when it was being initially revealed, and this was the first gameplay level. It says there's attacks coming from south and to my west, so that's the main primary directions. I will be thorough, and at the very least get a defensive wall up on the north, though we should be pretty safe from that direction now. Unless the game decides to throw a curveball at us, which it does. I remember it does do that sometimes. Sometimes it does launch attacks from different directions. So it's not good to take it too for granted. There are different routes that the enemies can come in on based on where your base is, where your buildings are, that kind of thing. Like, a good example is when I was playing with the demo, I built in various sites around the map just as I was mucking around and exploring because
I can sense the hostile swarm moving closer towards our base. This attack is going to be much bigger than anything that we've seen before.
We still have some time, Mr. Riggs. We can set up multiple layers of walls around our base and place as many defensive towers as we can. You can also use your drill to excavate additional resources if our factories are producing them too slow.
Captain Novak, you're not the only candidate for the mission to Galatea 37. You'd better up those combat statistics if you want to qualify for that jump. We're investing too many resources into this mission just to send a scientist that's going to be eaten by a pack of angry animals. Show us that you can survive out there.
Yes, sir.
And as I said, this is like a test. They're spending a lot of resources on this mission.
Weather
Years of data
conditions
study.
are changing. Wind speed is increasing.
So this is a big deal, this mission, really. And yes, I am just kind of dotting stuff around now, but that's because I am just
The
making
wind is
sure
much stronger than usual.
this area is at least covered. But yeah, this is basically just like a big show-off zone, so there's a bit of everything
A
in
new
here.
technology has been developed.
New buildings are
That was
available for
ammunition
construction.
storage, that's good, I'm going to need that. As soon as I get done with all the prettying work.
Carbonium deposit depleted.
I'm starting to run out some of my deposits, but that's okay, I won't need them much longer, if I'm going to be honest. And of course we got to do... We've got to pave over the world as well, of course. I will note, by the way, plants and things do grow back slowly over time. So there is potentially infinite biomass, but paving this over while it gives you the walk speed, it does actually stop that growth from happening. So, yeah. Also, swinging around like this, maybe it's me being a bit impatient, but it also kinda doesn't always register where it can build stuff, so it's a bit unreliable sometimes. I wish it was more reliable, this. On the bright side, look at that shiny metal planet we've got here. Huzzah! Also, I need that storage I mentioned. Defenses? No. Oh, here it is.
The wind is calming down. Wind turbine power output is coming back to normal.
Steel storage. Warning! The alien swarm is approaching. Shields enabled. Maximizing power output.
And here it all
This
comes.
is it, Mr. Riggs. Ready your guns. Let's show them what we can do.
Right, so we've got away from the south. We don't actually have any defensive guns to the south,
Base is
because I've
under
not
attack.
built them yet. So whoopsie on my part. Let's actually get those in really quick. But we do have really thick walls down here.
There is a breach in our walls.
The moment I say that, hey, there's a breach in your walls, dude. Right. Let's get over here and try and do something about it. And yes, they do have some ranged units mixed in, which will help counter things.
Carbonium deposit depleted.
Wall destroyed.
Okay, we're all
Base is under
still
attack.
good. There's some stuff trying to leak through at the bottom there. I'm honestly not that bothered. I will increase my defensive turret coverage here, though. There we go.
Ashley, we've defeated the first attack wave. Quickly, repair whatever you can. There
They
should
didn't
be
attack
more
that,
of
they
them
attacked
coming.
this area.
This attack was a lot stronger.
There we go.
I don't know if we can hold out much longer. Wild animals don't behave like that. They shouldn't act like a sentient army.
You will be going to an alien planet full of unknown life forms. Do not assume that you know what kind of dangers might be lurking there. Your primary objective is to survive. If something is trying to kill you, it doesn't matter if it's sentient or not. Adapt or die.
Warning! More enemies are heading towards our base.
Things
Adapt
are
or
escalating
die.
quickly.
Ugh.
We have to gear up before the second wave hits our walls. Let's show them who they're dealing with.
I actually burned through all my carbonium. Jeez. But yeah, we're all good. We've survived that wave. And the thing is, as he will tell us, we're not really meant to survive this well. So I'm going to blow his combat statistics out of the water. Haha, take that. I'm going to show I'm good enough to go to the Xenos world and quote-unquote study things. And let me just pave over the planet really quick. Yeah, you see what I mean? It's like a bit erratic in where it does it. Honestly, just spamming left click is more reliable if I want to make sure I pave an entire area. Because it makes sure it's like registering input all over the place, so I hope they fix that later. But it's a minor gripe at most. It's only because I want to pave the entire planet that you'd even think about this being an issue. I mean, okay, it is a little bit of an issue, but it's not a massive one. See what I mean? Also, I can do a really simple thing, which is like add a couple of light posts as well, which help out when things get dark. Yeah, stuff like that. Let's add some more turrets. I know they're pointing, some of those pointing the wrong way. It honestly doesn't matter because, you know, they are just fine.
Not enough carbonium.
Not enough carbonium again. Whoopsie. Eh, it doesn't matter. We're almost done here.
Warning.
Sadly, though.
More enemies are heading towards our base. Threat level maximum.
Here they
I'm
come.
disabling all secondary systems and diverting all power to your guns. It's either us or them.
I don't need to do anything else. This is the end of the thing. This is the last objective.
Base is under attack.
One of our walls has been destroyed.
Hi guys, how are you? You see there's big monsters, there's lots of monsters. I'm just helping with some
A tower
rocket salvos
has
and
been
things.
destroyed.
Carbonium deposit depleted.
One of our buildings has been destroyed.
Oops, something's getting through. Ah, this place is getting a bit of trouble. because I've not really built up full defences here, have I? Oh, and I got
Tower
killed.
destroyed. There
Well,
is a breach
killed.
in our walls.
When you explode, you drop a weapon. It appears where you dropped those, so you can go back and get it. But you just respawn back at the
Our towers
base,
are
so
out
it's,
of ammo.
you don't lose it permanently. They are starting to get through that wall there, though.
Base is under attack. Tower destroyed.
Steel storage is full. Build more storage facilities. One of our buildings has been destroyed.
We're pulling you out, Captain Novak. You weren't meant to survive this final attack wave. It should serve as a reminder that you should never underestimate the threat that you may be dealing with, even if you think you are in control.
See, they're chewing through
Your
that.
performance during this training session was satisfactory. You can start preparing for your trip to Galatia 37. Congratulations, Novak.
See? I'm the best choice. Haha! I have proven my worth. Sure, they were chewing through the defense at the end there, but that was just basic defenses. I had no upgrades whatsoever, no tech whatsoever. I didn't even support them very well, honestly. Heck, the wall that failed was only half turreted and, yeah, not fully armed. So, I don't mind. But yeah, that was the prologue for Riftbreaker, our initial trial run, proving that while we're solid scientists and we can research things, we can survive the potential combats on Galatea. And that is also where I'm going to end this particular video because, well, that's all I wanted to do. We're past half hour. I'm not going to be keeping too solid to the half hour video thing I try to do usually on this one because, well, the mission length varies a bit, I'm guessing, and it'll depend on how the game is going. But that bit, the prologue by itself, will be the first episode. So, this has been Mark 3. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the show, and I'll catch you all for some other time for some more Riftbreaker or for whatever may be your viewing pleasure. Catch you all later.